Welcome back to the DMGs That Are Wrong YouTube channel. My name is Mike, and like always, we got Gage and Dylan here with us. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, and turn that notification bell on so you're notified anytime we upload a video. Now, let's jump right into it. Alright, jumping into the video here. As you can tell by on your screen, we got Tua versus Jalen Hurts. Who's more under pressure this year? Whose job's more on the line, I guess you could say. Who has the most to prove to be able to keep that starting spot for their respective team?
Who has more fire under their butt?
Yeah, pretty much.
Who's in the hotter hot seat?
Mm-hmm.
Any other ways we can phrase this way?
Who's going to be out of the league next year?
Let's kind of at least describe the situations these guys are in, because
Yeah.
I think we need to start off on that, and then we can kind of, if there's a debate, we can get
Right.
into the debate.
And we can get into that debate by hitting that like button and then smashing that subscribe button. That way you guys can get into this debate at the same time.
Yep.
So I'll let you guys pick. Tua or Hurts? Who are we going over first?
So
What situation?
let's start with Tua
Okay.
situation.
So they re-signed Mike Gesicki, franchise tagged him, right? So he's on the team. They picked up Chase Edmonds at the running back position. They picked up Connor Williams, an offensive lineman. They re-signed Preston Williams, a wide receiver. They re-signed Emmanuel Ugba, great D end on their team. They signed Cedric Wilson as a wide receiver for them. They signed Raheem Mostert. They also got to improve their offensive line. Taron Armstead. So they got Taron Armstead and Connor Williams, two major upgrades on that offensive line to help boost that run game that was abysmal last year. They got multiple running backs, a speed and a gadget running back, kind of both of them, speeds and gadget guys that can be used in multiple different ways to help that run game. They released Allen Hurns, and then they picked up the 5th year on Christian Wilkins, obviously. They also picked up Sonny Michel. They signed Melvin Ingram, another good defensive end who is not going to be a starter, but a great addition into that pass rushing group. Jeez Louise. I was trying to say pass secondary rushing, and that was not going to come out right. And then I don't know. Did they do anything else? Did the Dolphins do anything else really big to help Tua out or something? I feel like I'm missing a really big or small addition.
I think they
depending on how you look at it.
I think they signed some bum named Tyreek Hill, or I think that
That's right.
Tyron
They
Hill.
traded for Tyreek Hill.
Tyron Hill, Tyshawn Hill, whatever the hell his name is.
Traded the farm for the hill.
Hey, look at that. Yeah, they traded for Tyreek Hill. So they gave him a full new running back group, a whole brand new, pretty much built up offensive line. They got him a shiny new wide receiver group with Jalen Waddle, his boy from Alabama, Tyreek Hill, a stud, Cedric Wilson, a really good third option to help you guys out whenever you need it. And then they also picked up multiple guys on the defense and re-signed key guys to help them out. Not to mention, they also kept their good tight end, Mike Gesicki, on the team for at least one more year. So they did pretty good at helping boost around Tua and preparing the Dolphins this year for a winning season, hopefully.
Did we already talk about Mike McDaniels as well?
Who?
Mike McDaniels?
No,
coach.
I didn't mention the coach,
Okay.
but
yeah,
did
they
get a
still
new
have
offensive
him.
coordinator. Yeah, I get not offensive coordinator. I guess offensive coordinator as
Yeah.
well as head coach.
Yeah.
But the guy that's been making Jimmy Garoppolo look really good and having him go to the Super Bowl and NFC Championship game, he's obviously a very, very intelligent person offensively. And he's been giving Tua love and appreciation and support that we haven't seen Tua have since he came into the league. Actually, Tyreek Hill's shown more support to his quarterback than Brian Flores did since he's been drafted, and he's been there for a month.
Okay, so then that kind of gets
That's
the
the
Dolphins
situation.
Okay, let's go over what the Eagles did then.
Yep. It's kind of similar over here on the Eagles side. They kind of did the same thing. They made sure that they built around to give Hurts every possibility they could to succeed. They re-signed Jason Kelsey for one more year. You know, get him that one more year. They did get Hassan Reddick on a 3-year deal, a good edge rusher to help that defense out. They released Fletcher Cox to then sign him back for another 1-year deal and save themselves quite a bit of money. They did get Derek Barnett re-signed. They re-signed Anthony Harris, a really good safety. They picked up Zach Pascal, a good option, speed option, a guy that can spread the field for them to help out in that wide receiver group, since it was, it's only Devontae Smith at this moment in time. They picked up Jordan Davis in the draft, right? Nakobe Dean in the draft. They signed James Bradbury from the Giants, who's just a stud. And I mean, who else did they do? I mean, I feel like they picked up this dude and another stud.
They didn't pick up a stud. They absolutely stole a stud from the Titans.
Oh, so they traded for this dude, AJ Brown. Got it. So they got another traded in wide receiver to help this quarterback.
Yep.
Got it.
Some parallels.
Look at this. So improving the offensive line and maintaining it, trying to help out on that run game, boosted the offensive weapons around him, and then increase that defensive potential and re-sign some key players. It looks like some very similar situations, which is interesting because both the quarterbacks are very similar with like question marks on what they can do. I mean, everybody knows that Jalen Hurts, or not Jalen Hurts, that Tua has had his struggles and he hasn't really shown that he can be a franchise quarterback. And Jalen Hurts showed flashes last year and then showed that he was dreadful and only can compete when it was garbage time with points. So, like, how good can these quarterbacks actually be? So that comes to the question, if they aren't succeeding this year, like, there's a good like voice of a reason that they may not be here next year, because these teams have built up really good rosters around them and win now modes. So if your quarterback isn't there, there's a problem, right? So that kind of begs the question, who's under more pressure this year? Who do you think is going to feel it more, Tua or Jalen Hurts? Mikey?
I'll go first. I think it's going to be Jalen Hurts. And one main reason for that is, obviously, they both want to compete for playoff spots, but I think Jalen Hurts has an easier route to the playoffs, being in the weaker division of the two, with Jalen Hurts being in there with the Giants, Commanders, and Cowboys and Eagles. And then you got Tua, who has to play against the Patriots and the Bills and trying to compete for a wild card spot out of those two. When Jalen Hurts, with everything that he has, is easily set up for success to win the division. Like, the Eagles can win that division. The Dolphins, they're set up to second to third.
Gosh.
They won't beat the Bills. They won't win the division, but they're competing for that second spot between us, or between the Patriots.
I'm sorry, but you didn't mention how strong that division was with my boy Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
running the Jets.
The Jets are about as good as the Bears are. So,
not true, because Justin Fields is boo-boo compared to Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson is a god amongst men.
Yeah, but the Jets don't
Can
have
you-
seven
you know anyone else
easily
that could rock a headband
winnable games
on a hat
paper.
like he could? Like, he can rock a headband at any point in time. Okay, do
Yeah.
not disrespect Zach
Okay,
Wilson.
so anyways, but I think Jalen Hurts is more under pressure on the hot seat, just because they should win their division and they can easily make the playoffs than the Dolphins can.
Yeah, I mean, even if they don't win their division, I kind of see where you're going with that. Even if they don't, there's still 2 wild card spots and
Yeah.
a much, on paper, weaker NFC.
100%.
It looks like there's a lot more routes to that. Whereas, the
Yeah.
Dolphins, they kind of have to be perfect, because there's 11 teams that are legitimate, like, playoff not just hopefuls, but guys that could like win playoff games and go far. Okay, Dylan, who are you feeling,
Um,
Hurts or Tua?
So I'll give you my reasoning, but I just want to say I think in the general sense that amongst NFL in the whole, I think it's Tua, but I think from their own respective fan bases, it's Jalen Hurts because the Eagles are just
Crazy.
ferocious against their
Yeah,
own team. But with that being said, I think it is Tua
all love Eagles
personally.
fans.
Yeah, my brother's an Eagles fan, and he'll attest to that. But
Yeah.
um, my opinion, though, why Tua is one, you drafted him over Justin Herbert, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Oof.
Yep.
You drafted him in the first round as well.
Oof.
Jalen Hurts
I
was
think it was
drafted
like
as a
the
backup.
pick. I think
Yeah,
it was the pick before Justin
yeah.
Herbert too. I'll verify that
Um,
for you.
you also supposedly had potential Tom Brady situation in Miami that all went up in flames and whatever.
That
So
was never gonna
I just
happen.
think that there's been a lot of pressure to, well, and also to being benched in his rookie year for Ryan Fitzpatrick to come in and save the day. I just think there's a lot more of expectation not being met from Tua, and now you're giving him the keys to the Ferrari when he hasn't been able to drive the Toyota Camry as well. So it's a to me that's why I would say Tua is under more pressure just because of the environment that he's in. They have a great defense. They've been wanting to compete with him for like the past 3 years, and obviously I don't think the entire expectation is them to take the AFC East because the Bills are such a wagon right now. But
Right.
you have a great opportunity to finish atop of the Patriots, get into that wild card positioning, and show that you guys can and beat teams with other in other means than your incredible secondary, getting pick sixes and stuff like that. So
Right.
with Jalen Hurts, you have comparable weapons, comparable defenses, and obviously a weaker division. But you're a second round pick. This is your second full year starting, and yeah, I mean, I like Mike's point about you have the division in your hands a lot more than Tua does, but I don't think the expectation is as high on Jalen Hurts.
So just the clean up that Tua was taken fifth overall, even though there was multiple medical concerns and people kind of started to question arm strength and everything that is proven to be so far true in the NFL. He's had the problems that they said that he would have been problems. And Justin Herbert was taken the very next pick, and everyone knows how that's gone. Justin Herbert is a dog, as Nick
Dog.
Sirianni would say. Speaking of Nick Sirianni and the
Uh,
Eagles, Jalen Hurts picked in the same draft class, but in that second round, so he has less problems. And I think I'm gonna go and finish this up with saying I think that Tua is the one under more pressure. Um, Thinking about it,
I made some pretty damn good points.
I'm gonna say
You
I
did.
think Tua. I think Tua. I think Tua's under more pressure, but I think that for that question, I think that's true. I think Tua's under more pressure, but I think he also has a chance now because of the new coaching regime that came in and they're putting faith into him that he'll have a little bit of leeway. Like they'll let him grow and develop because he really hasn't had that chance per se. He's kind of had a shoddy situation all around, and he hasn't really been given the chance to succeed. That being said, I mean, I don't really see it with him. I'll be honest. Like, I don't see a guy that you can go and win
I
a
mean,
Super Bowl with.
to be fair, they went like on a 7 game win streak last year, something like that.
They went on a
And they also
7 game
went on like a
losing,
six.
7 game losing
Yeah.
streak and a 7 game win streak. First team in NFL history to do
Yeah.
both in the same season.
Well, and he was injured for most of those first 7 games, I think.
Only
So,
like 3 of them.
oh, then I'm wrong. But I mean, we also have to
It's
look
just
at what
up.
the
It's just up and
competition
down.
was.
That's just
Yeah.
how he is. Um, that being said, I do think that Jalen Hurts is the more likely to be just cut, just like, all right, we're done, we're moving on from you after this year. If like say they both perform the exact same and it's both not up to par, and it's clear like, hey, this is not what we're gonna do. I think he's the more likely to be like replaced because they have Carson Strong that they just picked up, who's got a good arm and looks like he has a good chance to like succeed somewhat. They have Gardner Minshew, who's a good, capable backup that's won games before, and the Eagles are in a win now state, obviously, right? And they have no problem just cutting their losses and going with something else, which is exactly what they did with Carson Wentz with Jalen Hurts. They dropped Carson within a year for Jalen Hurts, and I think that there's a stronger chance that like they'll be more irate and less forgiving as an Eagles organization because overall, like Mikey was saying with his points, like they are in a better chance to win and go far than what the Dolphins per se are at the moment.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, you're playing the whole season to get to the playoffs, right? And the guy that has the easier path is obviously Jalen Hurts. So if Jalen Hurts can't get to the playoffs with how easy of a path he has, then like Gage is saying, he's screwed. He will be cut. But Tua, being in the AFC with all the high-powered offenses and high-powered defenses and the 11 to 12 to 13 teams that are playoff competitors that can make runs in the playoffs, like he has a way harder route to get there. Yeah. So, but yes, Tua is like they're neck and neck, bro. Yeah. They're both on some real hot seats right now, but I think Jalen
really
is taking it.
Like really similar.
Yeah, situation. I just think if the Eagles don't make the playoffs, then that's worse if the Dolphins don't make it. If the Dolphins don't make it, it's understandable because of all those teams, but NFC, you got 8 teams. I mean, 8 teams maybe that are like for sure these guys are making playoffs, and then after that.
So then I guess we'll finish it up really quick on a high note. Which one do you guys think is more likely to succeed in their situation between the two?
Jalen Hurts. I think their mascots say it all. Dolphins are going to be underwater, and the Eagles are going to be soaring high. Okay. I think Jalen Hurts takes the division, and let's go.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Yeah, I think Jalen Hurts can make the most out of it because he doesn't throw ducks.
Yep.
Hopefully you guys got my reference. That's why.
I saw it. I got you.
Yeah. Oh man. Tua's a bum. I'm just kidding.
I have to admit I will also go with Hurts. He has that dynamism. Dynamism?
Yeah.
Dynamicism. Like dynamic. Dynamite. What? Okay. Man, this is embarrassing.
You're so
anyways,
unprepared. How unprofessional.
He's got that extra. He's got that physical ability and gifts that Tua just will not have. He's got that ability to run and get out of the pocket and create more time for himself. So if he's able to piece down the system and get a good passing game going, I think he's got a better opportunity than Tua does. I don't have anything against Tua at all. I do enjoy the name Tua Tagovailoa. I think that's probably one of the more clever names that have come out. I think it's kind of like unfortunate for him. I also I didn't think he was great coming out of college. I don't think he's that great now.
And one other thing that I don't know how we didn't even mention until now, but the reason why the Tua Tagovailoa was first round pick, in my opinion, was he took over the game for Jalen Hurts in a national championship game when they were both playing for Alabama.
That's right.
So that game gave him so much hype, and he did enough in those 2 or 3 years to kind of warrant he's still a really good prospect, but that was the game where he was throwing left-handed and he just dropping bombs, and they ended up winning that championship game. So I don't know how we didn't make that connection earlier, but that's just crazy.
So we all picked Jalen Hurts has got the better chance than Tua. Is this Tua's revenge tour or Hurts' revenge tour on Tua? Is
Yeah,
he gonna
I
be
think so.
the one that succeeds? No, I'm just we're just throwing
Revenge.
it at a wall and hoping
Oh,
it
yeah.
sticks now. I'm just having fun. But if you guys made it to the end of this video, make sure you guys hit that like button right there. Press that
It's so
subscribe button.
easy. It's so
And
easy.
then and go down and comment who's got the better chance to succeed and who's under more pressure this year. Let us know what you guys think. Or you guys think they're both screwed? You
Yep.
think they're both not going to make it?
That's
Yeah,
probably
that's
what
what
it
it
is.
Also,
That's my
turn the
guess.
notification bell on too, so you know anytime that we upload a video.
That's me ringing a bell right there.
Oh boy. Okay, we're done.
All right. Peace out.